everything operates on frequencies. You know what I mean? Like whatever you want in life is on a certain frequency. So it's about you matching that frequency to be able to manifest the things you want to manifest in the outside reality. Because really, reality is just a reflection of what's in the inside, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Infinite Charge podcast. We believe that all that it takes is one shot to charge the whole world. I'm your host, Malachi White. And look who I have here.
Look who's back, man.
In the physical, man, right next to me, my wonderful co-host who's been gone for a few episodes, but he's back, man.
Yes,
my
sir.
brother, Mr. Tahir Jones. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
Yes, just excited to see you. You know what I mean?
Excited
just
to
be
see
linked
you too.
up. We on spring break right now, ladies and gentlemen. So we just chilling.
Yeah.
Congrats, bro. I heard you've been doing good things, bro.
Ooh,
My
damn,
boy got.
he gonna make me tell the podcast.
My boy, go ahead and tell him, man.
Man, so yeah, I'm thankful to God. I was a part of the first team in Raritan Valley basketball history to win the Region 19 championship.
Yes, sir.
And also, not only that, but I finally got into Hampton University, my dream school, the school my parents went to, my grandfather went to, and man, God has been so good. Like, and then, third, I'm on a podcast with my brother in person. Like, man, like this podcast is starting to grow. People starting to, really, really get into what we're doing. So,
and you've been doing a lot of groundwork with the podcast, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's just something I love to do, and it's like just having the ability to just do it. It's like every day. Especially I'm on spring break. My season's over. And yeah, bro, I'm just excited to just keep this thing pushing. Keep this thing pushing. Bro. So, man, hey, you hit me up on some, hey, Mal, I want this one to be in person.
Facts.
So
had to.
I'm like, okay, all right. We're going to be in person, but what's the topic? What's on your spirit?
Today we're going to be talking about the law of vibration. And basically what...
You kind of high on that, see? So back up a little bit. I'll just push it away. Yeah, like that.
So this cool?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, the law of vibration, what I want to talk about is that everything operates on frequencies. You know what I mean? Like whatever you want in life is on a certain frequency. So it's about you matching that frequency to be able to manifest the things you want to manifest in the outside reality. Because really, reality is just a reflection of what's in the inside, bro.
Damn.
And people pick up on your energy, bro. Energy never lies. Energy never dies. You know what I mean? So it's like life is really about the things that we can't see, bro.
Right.
And a lot of people just look over that. Like, for example, I'm gonna just get into this real quick. When you listen to a radio, think about how you're listening to it, bro. You turned the station to a certain, let's just say 97.1.
Right.
You're on the frequency of 97.1. That frequency is playing through the air, bro. Know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's a frequency. So that's what I wanted to really talk about today, the vibration and align with your frequencies you want to be in to manifest the things you want.
Oh, man. It's going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. But, we can't get all the way into it until we start out with our meditation. And Ty will open us up in prayer. So, let's get into 30 seconds of meditation. And we're going to get right to it.
Heavenly Father, I just thank you for giving me the ability to, again, be with my brother today, Lord, giving me another day of life, Lord, another learning experience, Lord, another chance to speak on this podcast with my brother, Lord. I thank you for everything you have been doing for me in my life, Lord, and also the people around me, including my brother Malachi right here, Lord. please give him the strength and the focus to really capitalize on all the opportunities he's presented with, Lord. And he doesn't joke around with it, Lord. He works in your name. He continues to do the groundwork, Lord. And that's all I could really ask for, because I know if he's able to do that, that will make my spirit happy, Lord. And I just wanted to thank you just for giving me the type of knowledge I got, Lord, the type of books you put
Yes, Lord.
in my life for me to read and for me to better myself, Lord. Thank you for all the challenges you put me through, Lord. Thank you for all the learning experiences, Lord. Thank you for this life experience, Lord. In Jesus' name, I just say amen.
Amen, amen. Beautiful, beautiful. So we're talking about the law of vibrations.
Right.
Wow.
So when you think of that, like, what you think of when you think of vibration?
So at first, Ty, when you told me about, well, okay, in general with vibrations, I would say, I think about, like you said, waves. Whether that's radio waves or
we necessarily can't even see that with our eyes, bro.
Yeah, I think about with vibration, I think about radiance to a certain degree, light waves, sound waves, anything that can travel from a main source to other locations. That's anything that's moving in space and time from a central location. I would say that's vibrations. Now, when you told me about the law of vibrations, I thought that was I never necessarily heard the law of vibrations in that sense, but it did remind me of what we talked about with the law of identity, how you attract like what you are, you attract what you are.
Basically.
And essentially it's like the law of vibrations is synonymous with that to a certain degree.
Yeah, I feel like those all correlate with each other. As we talked about on the podcast before, like,
right,
the universe operates on certain laws, bro. So it's like we got the law of attraction. I think the law of attraction correlates with the law of vibration as well.
It does.
Because your vibration attracts, like I said, your reality.
Right.
So the law of vibration, the law of attraction is within the law of vibration. If you're operating at a low vibration, you're going to attract low vibration type experiences in your life, and vice versa. If you're operating at a high frequency, you're going to just see positive things and high frequency type things happen in your life. I mean, also, like when you talked about frequencies, like I feel like our body in a way is a living antenna, bro. We pick up on frequencies. We necessarily can't see it,
right?
But frequencies is all around going on, and we can't see it though. It's
right.
I don't know where it's at, but I think it's on another realm. Like we can't see. We can only see the physical. You know, in the physical, they said we can only see 1%, bro, of the physical or something like that.
You know what? I was just here in this church with my dad last night. We just had a long conversation. And he had me listening to this sermon where this pastor was speaking about other realms that run parallel with this physical world. Meaning like, yo, when we have dreams, we think that, like when we have dreams, we think that that's like something in our science will tell you that's in your imagination, but what happens is your physical body is cut off. So that's coming from somewhere.
That's a whole nother realm. Like if you really think about it, bro.
Yes. Or sometimes when we get feelings in our spirit, like that our body can't really explain where it's originating from, that's coming from another realm. Same thing with demonic vibrations and demons and stuff that attack us while we sleep or that, plague our minds or whatever. That's coming from another realm. Yeah. So, like, when we understand that this physical world is like, I think what you were trying to say is the physical world only makes up 1% of how big the spiritual world probably is.
Right, exactly. And like, it's like everything is spiritual, bro.
Right.
Like, if people was to understand that if you were in line spiritually, you could be aligned with your goals. Like, you could attract your goals, bro. People just think it's just like, oh, I gotta work hard for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? When really, it's how you feel, bro. It's about the feeling that makes things come true. If you feel like you're a millionaire, that's what you're gonna attract, bro. You're gonna align with that frequency of a millionaire. And you're naturally gonna start seeing people or meeting people that could put you in a position to make your first million. Wow.
And that's the thing. It's like, yo, we get and this is why practicing visualization is so important, because essentially what we're doing is we're putting our physical body in one space. We're clearing our mind.
Stillness.
You're practicing stillness. You're clearing your mind, because you can't trigger the spiritual world if you're, active, moving around and thinking about all of the things that's in this physical.
On social media.
Yes. So once you can sit down and visualize practicing those visualizations are so important, because like that's how we can see ourselves. Like in a spiritual world, we're fully developed already.
Exactly.
We just got to catch up to what that is in the spiritual world.
Bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. And that's I feel like, and that's why we need to just continue to stay connected to God, right? Because there are other ways we could target things from the spiritual world, but without God being front and center, or as we know him as Jesus Christ, without him being front and center, and without us following his doctrine, we could be led astray. Meaning that who knows, you might manifest your higher self, but if you don't do it in God, it might not meet your,
I don't even know if that's possible though.
You don't think so?
How could you tap in with your higher self if you don't even understand like it's greater than you? Know what I mean?
Okay. Maybe I worded that wrong.Maybe you could reach high success.
Yeah, exactly.
But you would never get to your higher self without God.
Exactly. You could reach high success, and this is a whole nother topic. But bro, there's people out here that you would think they have everything, like the money, the cars, the clothes, the ladies.
Right.
But you take all that away from them, bro, and they're poor, bro. They're spiritually poor.
Damn.
You know what I mean? They're lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just feel like that's so crazy because we get caught up in what we see. And I like to say it's a matrix, bro. We get caught up in what we see on social media and we mistake that for, oh, they living good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, they eating at Benihana's. Oh, they good. They eating at Roof Chris. Oh, they good in life. You feel me? But really, it could be just all up front, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just a whole nother topic. But just the law of vibration, like being able to understand that you have to match the frequency in order to attain something in life, bro. And to attain what you want, you have to line up with that frequency.
Right. So my question to you is, like, what are some things you're doing in your life to match up with the frequency that you know what I mean, that you want to associate with?
So I want to be an investor, right?
Okay.
So the way I align with it is I go within, bro. I meditate on the things. Not only do I meditate on the things I want, but I read up. I'm constantly reading up on the securities I own. For example, stocks.
Right.
I'm constantly looking through income statements, reading information online, seeking alpha, things like that, to understand the company I'm holding. I mean, if my thesis was to change on that company, and I seen the financial changes as well,
right,
I would have to sell that position. I was wrong.
Right.
That was the wrong stock. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's constantly
reassessing.
Exactly.
And that's a hard skill, bro, because as humans, we get used to habit. So it's
so
like
many biases.
we're afraid to sell, we're also afraid to buy. And then we're also afraid to hold something.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, bro. People will look at the news, bro, and if you're in tune with like the economy and stuff, people would believe that we're in a recession. You know what I mean? Or we're going into a recession, right? And then I just read some Friday, Silicon Valley Bank they just did a run on the bank, bro. The bank just went bankrupt.
Damn.
So now the stock market is like all red. Like if I was to pull it up,
damn.
Like the stock market, I don't know if they could see this, but
I could zoom in.
It's all red right here. I mean,
damn.
People is in fear right now. So you know what that means? People are selling. People are not holding their positions. People are not sticking to what they said. Oh, I'm a long-term investor.
Right.
People are not doing that no more. People are selling because they think it's the end of the world. When really, over the long term, the stock market, if you know, always goes up in the long term. It's a long-term gain.
Right.
But that's how I align with the frequency of an investor. You know what I mean?
Okay. So my thing is like that's I hear what you're saying, but I feel like in that type of arena, I think sometimes like with the people that you're speaking about, and I'm sure struggles in that arena would be not like understanding that it's not just numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like how do you keep that
part.
understanding, consistently because sometimes we can be fooled by numbers.
And yes, that's the thing that I was thinking about literally just last night, bro. Literally, I was just thinking about that. I was with Derek and Dewan last night. We was just having a high vibrational conversation. And like I was thinking like, bro, it's not about the numbers in stocks and investing. It's about having belief and aligning. I don't know how to word it.
You
bro.
know what? I hear what you're saying.
Like,
it's like the game doesn't reward the person that's most knowledgeable about numbers.
Exactly.
It rewards the person that's most knowledgeable about themselves.
Exactly.
And know how to
psychologically fit.
Yeah. Yes.
And confident in themselves. You know what I mean?
And I think that comes from God.
Exactly.
That comes from God.
Because you gotta be spiritually intact to have confidence in yourself. I feel like.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. Now I have to ask you this though. Do you think like when you approach investing, because my man's that we just posted his podcast today. My man's Rohit. He asked me something funny. He's into sports betting, right? So like you know how that is. Like that's give or take, whatever. You lose more than you win, honestly. But he asked me this question. He was like, "Yo, if I pray over my parlay, you think I'm gonna win?" And I laughed at first. I laughed, but I was like, like. When investing, could you pray over your investments and would you see a difference, or like how does that work, like with investing? Because look, like it's a part of your purpose, right? Like we can't say gambling is a part of anybody's purpose, but some people say investing is just high knowledge of, like just it's a form of gambling, but it's so much knowledge that goes into it that you can't really say it's completely like sports gambling, because it's not, but it's still a form of gambling. When you need you just apply knowledge. You don't think so?
I don't think it's gambling. It's only gambling if
you don't know what you're doing.
If you don't know what you're doing, if you just going, if you listening to people, oh, this stock gonna go up tomorrow, go buy this. That's gambling because you don't understand what you're investing in.
Right.
The market always has its mispricings, bro. I mean, and it talks about that in this book, and that's the book I'm reading right now, The Intelligent Investor. It talks about how Mr. Market is irrational, bro. It's constantly going up and down. But if you understand the business and you like what you're buying, that's not a gamble, bro.
Right.
You put enough time in to understand what you're buying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's no longer a gamble.
Right.
Same with, I feel like sports betting, you probably could go through the analytics and become a better
sports better.
But you know what people do? People don't do that, bro. People just go, oh, KD a bucket. He gonna get 30 tonight. For real, right or wrong though. KD gonna get 30 tonight. He a bucket. But now if I looked at everything, how does he play against this team? How does he usually shoot against this team? Who's guarding him?
Right.
Feel me?
How many he minutes played in the games before?
Exactly. Is he in a slump? You feel me? How many minutes does he play against this team?
So you know what, Ty? I like this approach because we can connect with the vibrations of what we want to become, but at the end of the day, we have to do the work. Like connecting with the vibrations.
But when you're on that vibration, the work doesn't feel like work because you're in line with that frequency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you enjoy what you're doing.
You're just naturally in that frequency, bro. Like that's what it is to be in that frequency. You're aligned with it. So it's like a flow state. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? And with that being said, whenever we're not aligned with the vibrations that we want, like first of all, if we don't know what direction we're going in life and we're not in line with any type of vibrations, then you're in trouble because anything you do is a gamble at that point.
Exactly.
Anything you do.
And the demons, they prey on these type people. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And more than ever, I'm seeing the most people distracted more than ever, bro. More than ever, man. And it's just, but there's two sides of the coins. Like I'm on a frequency where I just match high vibrational people, bro. Like I just meet people that's on a shit. You know what You know what I mean?
Right.
Sorry to curse in the temple, but you know what I mean? But for you, like you, bro.
Yeah.
All my friends are on a high frequency right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even with my boy Danny, I told you he getting
Yes,
close
sir.
to God, bro. He sent me some junk like he reading a book about Jesus now. And bro, he didn't believe in God, bro. At all. He wasn't into religion. Now he's sending me stuff, bro. Look at this. God's Promise. He reading a book called God's Promise.
Wow.
You feel me? Like,
wow.
I'm attracted. I'm on a frequency where it's like everybody around me is on some spiritual gaining junk, bro.
We see it.
Cap.
We see it.
We see it, bro.
And that's the book right there. And that's a sign of the end times, meaning like the revelation vibrations are out there, bro.
Exactly,
and that's why
bro.
some people are latching on to what they need to, and more people are latching on to
Exactly.
what they don't need to be.
We're going to see a split in consciousness, bro. That's another thing I was talking about with Derek and Dohan last night, bro. Like they say like every 6,000 years, like a huge event happens that wipes out humanity. And this junk happened 16 times.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was just a whole video on why we don't know our ancestors, bro. They don't teach us that, bro. Because if we was able to know, oh, at this certain time, God does a reset at this time, people will put the analytics together and study that and know how to move. The world would be a whole different place. You know what I'm saying? They lie, bro.
You
We're
spitting
living
right
in a-
now, sir.
Huh?
You spitting right now, sir.
Like
bro, that's real. That's real.
we're living in a lie, bro.
You
That's crazy.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a lie, it's a simulation.
I just feel like it's just
Because listen, like it's only a lie to you when you believe this physical world. Once you understand that this is just the tip of the iceberg,
Exactly.
then you just understand, okay, it's a simulation. I'm going to do my best here. I'm going to try to
Exactly.
teach as many people as possible so they can get their best grade on this test.
Exactly, bro.
And then we're going to go on and live in eternity
This
in the
junk
life
is
that we're
just
supposed to live.
A temporary experience, bro.
Right.
It's temporary.
But the issue is some
We're
people
not
hear
this.
that.
We're greater than this, bro.
Right.
We're greater than our physical selves.
Yeah. And I think the issue is some people hear that, oh, I'm here for a short time, not a long time, and they think that's an
I'm
excuse
gonna be
to wild out.
distracted and be a bot.
No,
You know what I mean?
no, that's the worst. Like whenever I hear that, I'm like, okay,
and you know how many times I be hearing that though?
in college we hear that all the
just be like,
time.
"Ah, man."
This person
I'm like, dang, man.
because when you in that mindset, it's like you're right. You are here for a short time and not a long time. So why not leave an energy here that's going to be here when you gone?
Mm-hmm.
When you return to where you're supposed to, why not plant seeds, produce, so that you know what I mean? Because listen, somebody don't truly die until the last day that people say their name. You know what I mean? Meaning that like there are great people that we speak about every day.
To this
Their
day.
energy is still here because
Facts.
what they did in their time period. Even
Facts.
Martin Luther King died when he was 33 years old. Jesus Christ,
What?
yes, he was
I
33.
didn't know that.
He was 33, and people see him speaking, and they think
That's
he in his
young.
50s. He in his 40s. You know what I mean?
That's young.
Jesus Christ died at 32.
That is young, man.
You know what I mean? Not saying that Martin Luther King is on par with Jesus, but he he allowed Jesus to lead him throughout his 33 years to the point to where we talk about Martin Luther King so much and his legacy so much that we think he lived at least 50 years.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's
Exactly.
just the energy sometimes, bro. And that's why people might say sometimes when we speak, they might say, oh, damn, I didn't know you was 20. I didn't know you was 19. How, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is just, physically I'm 20. But spiritually, I'm not.
Older.
I'm
bro.
older because the thing is, what happens, we automatically appear more mature when we're in line with the path that Christ put us on. And we're allowing our natural spirit, the true essence of who we are, to flow through us. We appear because physically, our physical, it messes up the minds of everybody else's physical mind. But somebody who's spiritual and sees us, they're not gonna say, oh, you don't appear to be 20. It's like, oh, okay. I like the
Yeah,
spirit
I like
you
that.
carrying.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I can see something in you. That's what
Yeah.
they say.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But that's just they feel the vibrations that we giving off.
Facts.
And even those people that are in the physical that are a little confused by it, and it's like, damn, how are you 20? How are you 19? Or how do you know this? How do you know that? They feel the vibrations that leads them to ask that question.
Exactly.
They just don't know how to process the
Exactly.
vibration. They don't know where the vibration originates
Because they not
from.
on the they not on the frequency.
Right. But yo, listen, I'm telling you, Beautiful things happen when two people on high vibrations come together and decide with a like mind. And then imagine those people go out and recruit more people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Under a like, how do I say it? Under a like mind.
Yeah.
That's how you end up with a mastermind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why you're noticing with somebody like Danny, somebody like Derek we had on the podcast, Dewan, we're going to need to have him on the podcast at some point if he's open to it. But even outside of the podcast, I'm talking about just imagine you bring all the people that's connected to your vibration in this church. I bring all the people that's connected to my vibration in this church. Imagine what we'll do if we could do that consistently. Imagine if we get together and it's like, look, man, this is what we could do for our community.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
No cap,
this is what we could do.
real.
I'm telling you, it's people just like you talking about your boy Danny. I got people that's just on knocking on it, like, you know what I mean? God been knocking on the door, and now they are opening that door, allowing God to walk through. Even I don't want to go too far, but even with my girl, the stuff that she on now, what she's getting into, it's like I'm just saying, like, you're right, bro. We give off these vibrations, and I'm telling you, it's like we attract what's meant for us.
That's all we could get back,
Yup.
though. When you're on that frequency, you cannot get nothing else, bro. You can't.
Yup.
If you're on a high frequency, you can't get a low frequency thing to interfere with that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Even if it did try to, you would see it for what it is before it even, you feel me? Oh, I see this the devil right here trying to do something right here.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because you're on a high frequency.
Yep.
Now, if you're on a low frequency, you're gonna be gullible. You know what I mean? You're
Yep.
not gonna see it you're not gonna look deeper. You're just gonna see it for surface level because that's the frequency you're at, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
And another thing is, and this is something, at times, we have to, like, and I have to speak about this a little bit. A lot of us, sometimes, you may be giving off the right frequencies and the right vibrations, but if you have any attachments in your life, you know what I mean? Those vibrations aren't traveling as far as they would if you could cut those attachments.
Now, when we say attachments, we don't mean good attachments. We mean vices.
Right.
I mean,
something good.
Hindrance.
Yeah, it could be something good that you become over attached to, and that blessing then becomes a curse. Meaning, like, there are soul ties. There are things that we are attached to that we might have to detach ourselves from. And then I guarantee you, a lot of times with things that we detach ourselves from, either that thing enhances us, or we realize that that's something that we should have never had in our life in the first place. You know what I mean? That's with anything. Sometimes we're attached to outcomes. When you attach to a certain outcome, like the beautiful thing about vibrations is it goes wherever God leads it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're not going to give off something and say, okay, I wanted to go here at this point in time. Nah, we can't control the time and space that vibrations travel in, because we in the physical world.
Exactly.
All we have to do is just connect with the spirit and allow the spirit to do what the spirit is going to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And the spirit can't do what it's going to do if we're attached to things in the physical.
Yeah.
Like, because that's just
you gotta go with the flow, bro. It's like
right.
when you can't. You ever heard that thing where it's like when you want something so bad, it's not gonna happen?
Yes.
'Cause you're not letting it. You know, you're not letting
yes,
it.
yes.
You're not free. You're tight. You're not in the flow. You know
The
what I
law
mean?
of detachment is about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yup. It's like we're not trying to become something. We are allowing a spirit to show us who we are.
Yeah.
To allow it to do that, we got to stop trying. Well, how do I say it? We got to stop trying
It's gonna naturally happen because you're on that frequency, bro.
Right.
Like, you're not trying to become anything. You simply just are. You're simply just there, bro.
Yes,
You're simply
exactly.
just flowing and living.
Exactly.
And things is gonna naturally come together as you align with that frequency consistently, and you gotta have persistence with it as well.
Exactly. It's like we're not designing a path as we walk. Like, no, we're just walking. God designed the path.
Mm-hmm.
Too many of us get caught up in trying to design something, or if this, you know what I mean? If it's like we got to trust the feeling.
Yeah.
The feeling comes from the spiritual realm.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's what it's about, though.
Yep.
That's how you manifest it, bro. You got to feel it first.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You got to feel it and just simply just let it be after that. You felt it already, bro.
Exactly. And for those people who aren't experiencing those feelings, please get in touch with God. Ask God. Say, God, put me in the places where the vibrations that you want me to receive or will flow, or put me in places where you want my vibration to be. Dear God, reveal it to me. Dear God, allow me to experience the feeling so I know what that energy signature is like. So I can know if I'm falling in line with your purpose for my life or not.
And it's not a time thing, bro. You got to consistently do this. You know what I mean? It's not just a one-time thing.
Exactly.
You shouldn't even be thinking about time.
Right.
You should just be aligning with what you want, bro. Because that's simply, that could be your purpose.
So yeah, Ty. So you know, as we doing this podcast, like I want to add scripture to what we're saying,
right? Because
I feel like scripture truly validates, like, just everything that we're saying. And I'm gonna start with my scripture. You got one, I got one. This one comes from Genesis 11:6. And it says, "And the Lord said, Behold, the people are one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do." Now, that one language don't mean English. It don't mean Spanish. It don't mean...
Because that's not our natural language.
That's not our natural language. There's one language, and we said this in our very first episode, the language of the universe. Our true language is love.
Right.
That's our true vibrational form, because God made us in his love. Meaning, like, that's what... Listen, if somebody has love... If they have love in their heart, and I'm not talking about lust, I'm not talking about erotic love, I'm talking about genuine love from God, and they're operating in that. The vibrations vibrating from that person are so strong. Yeah. You can see it in their eyes. It's like even somebody who's so locked in on a physical world can't help but notice, damn, what's up with that? What is that I'm feeling from this person? Yeah. You know what I mean? That's our true language.
That's the true language.
And it comes from the spiritual realm.
And imagine if just 20 people, imagine if you got 20 people to operate on that same frequency. Just straight love, bro. You know how powerful of a group that would be?
Man.
Now think about, imagine if just 1% of black people was able to do that. You know how many chains would be broken? You know how many generational curses would be broken?
And I'm glad you brought that up, because our community, I feel like, is one of the most love deprived, because we deprive ourselves of the love. Exactly. We take the love out of the household ourselves.
And it's not even our fault, bro.
It's what we were taught.
It was what we were taught, and that's how the system was designed for us, bro.
Yup, and that's the thing. It's like we got to stop trusting this physical system and get in this spiritual system, because that's the only thing that's going to change it for our community.
Solve things, bro.
Yes, and for anybody. For anybody.
And like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to get that deep. But look, look, I got my verse, Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7. It says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so he is." You feel what I mean?
Right.
So it's not about logical, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The subconscious mind doesn't pick up on logical.
Right.
It picks up on feeling from the heart. How do you really feel?
Yeah.
I mean, you could be logically thinking something, but in your heart, you feel like, yo, that's not right. That's not the right thing to do.
Right.
You know, that's the feeling you should always listen to. Know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like if you're able to create a positive feeling in your heart, that's who you are as a person.
Yep.
Because anybody could say anything, bro. But it's what's in their heart that gets revealed at the end of the day.
Right. And I would say, with just us in general, the prayer should be like this, right? Whenever we're confused, whenever we don't know where to go, whenever we can't feel certain vibrations, or we feel like we're not giving off certain vibrations, the prayer should be, God, fill my heart with your love and allow that feeling to lead me where I need to go.
Exactly.
Like, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You can't think if your heart not filled with the right stuff.
Exactly.
Meaning, like, or you will think about the wrong things. Meaning, like, you know, like the heart, you're right. It's not a logical thing. Because once you, like same reason why investing isn't a numbers thing. Same reason why this podcast isn't simply a numbers thing. It's about the feeling.
Exactly.
It's about the feeling that we get when we do it. Like, you know, if it's a part of your purpose, if you get that certain feeling that you can't explain, you get in that flow state so easy. Exactly. And you notice that people are fixated on what you're doing, even if it's just a few people at the time.
Exactly.
Because it's like those vibrations are, if you keep sending those vibrations off, they're gonna get farther and farther and farther. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of people, they experience the feeling, and then they allow this physical world to take them out of it, and they never get back to it consistently.
Yeah, because that's their way of, let's just say, celebrating. They go to the physical.
Yep.
I feel good.
Let me get a drink.
Yeah, let me go get a drink.
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Really think about that,
You
bro.
get into that feeling, and it's like, yo, don't celebrate. Stay there.
Stay in that frequency,
Stay there.
bro.
Meaning, like, okay, sometimes that's what I'm saying. Like, what meditation does is, that's why some people need to meditate after they have a big success. Because if you don't meditate after you have a big success, you're going to go too high.
And that's what Stoicism talks about, bro.
Yes, bro. Yes. It's like, the flow state, like, we want to maintain the flow state as long as possible. We understand we are very much, we are fleshly. So at the end of the day, nobody's going to be in the flow state forever. Mm-hmm. But there's a way that bro, I'm sure that there's a way we could get there to where we're more there than we're here. I'm sure that there's a possibility. There's a way to do that.
You've seen people do that.
Definitely. But y'all, this is a phenomenal topic, man. It's law of vibration, man. Law of vibration. I love it.
Yeah, I love this, man.
I love this for sure. You got any more thoughts on this thing, man? Anything you want to tell the listeners?
It's about focus, bro. You feel me? Being able to really focus. Like, you could do it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything is possible, bro, through God who strengthens us. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just about focus. It's so many distractions.
Right.
It's hard to stay focused. Even I get distracted sometimes, bro. It's hard to stay focused.
It is.
It's hard, bro. But that's what it's about. It's about focus and constantly building a connection with yourself, understanding yourself. When you understand yourself more, you naturally understand other people more, bro.
Wow.
You're able to relate, bro, because we're all the same, bro. We're all human. You know what I mean?
Right.
A celebrity is not better than you because he's a human, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They put these people
on pedestals,
bro. When really we all the same. We all gotta die. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, though.
Yep. Yeah.
You got people out here living for a celebrity, trying to be like a rapper. You know what I mean? Going broke, trying to rock the newest stuff.
To appease this physical world.
It's not about physical, bro.
Our reward is not here, man. It's here.
It's spiritual, bro.
Yeah.
Don't ever forget that. Don't ever get too caught up in the physical. It's always spiritual at the end of the day. That's all we got, bro. Our souls. That's all we got here. You know what I mean? That's what lives forever. This body right here, temporary. You know what I mean?
That's powerful, bro. That's powerful. Well, y'all heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Stay focused, man. And focused on what? You may be asking, focus on the feeling that God puts in your heart. No, for real.
Cause focus on what? Why would you ask me that?
Yeah, word. Like, I'm just saying. Because there's always that one person. He said, what? Focus on what?
You a goofy, bro. You a goofy,
They
bro.
just turned it on, bro. They just turned it off. Chill. We can't lose one of the 20 viewers. Damn.
It is what it is, man.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Stay focused, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another episode of the Infinite Charge Podcast. Be easy, stay charged, and I don't have to say the last part because he's here.
Most importantly, stay blessed, man.